I thought I had to sneeze. I've only been gone for like 3 weeks and I'm already like so super nervous being in front of the camera again. I'm so used to being behind the camera. Hello buddies. Yes, so I've been trying to figure out what to react to next. There's been quite a few good recommendations. I think either Arcane or Stranger Things is going to be the next thing. But for right now, we're not gonna focus on that. Right now, we're going to be going over. Let me make sure that I say this right because I might mess it up. The Legend of Vox Machina, the whole playlist. I actually didn't know about these videos. I knew about the Q&A videos, which I'll probably watch after these. I probably won't do a reaction to those, so I'll just watch them on my own time. Someone did ask if I was gonna do basically an update on where I am regarding each arc for the campaigns, and I actually did finish the... Is someone doing fireworks at 3 in the morning? Oh, also I changed backgrounds, mainly because I just really needed room for my camera to sit without worrying about the tripod falling over. Maybe one day I'll be able to get the original background back if I can figure out a better setup, because I actually really prefer that setup over this one. But we're working with what we've got. What was I saying? Oh yeah, an update on where I am regarding the arcs I'm on. So I've kind of been simultaneously watching all 3 campaigns, mainly because I realized I didn't want to have any spoilers between the first campaign, and Legend of Vox Machina. So I kind of tried to space it out to where I would try to watch a campaign episode and then I would stop where I felt like it was getting a little too close to what was happening in the cartoon. I'm so confused. I also seem to have misplaced my blue light glasses. Is it thunder? No, not until 11 a.m. I finished the Briarwood arc in the campaign pretty much, I want to say within the week that I finished the Legend of Vox Machina, and I took notes. Yeah, I probably got maybe 2 episodes into campaign 1 and I realized there's going to be a ton of information that I might have to remember. So I started taking notes. So this is my campaign 1 note-taking journal, just so I can keep track of things because I forget things. There was a specific comment someone left, and it was one of the most accurate things that someone could ever say about me. Ambiance, +10. Concentration, -10. So accurate. This is probably one of my favorite comments that I've gotten thus far. So I've been taking notes. Those are separate notes. I kind of decided, like, later in other notes that I was going to use this to keep track of campaign 1. This is me keeping track of campaign 2. I'm already halfway through this journal. Definitely not halfway through that campaign yet. But I am enjoying it so much. We'll get into that one later. Probably a separate video. Then this is the one that I'm using for the current campaign, campaign 3. I've kind of figured out my note-taking system. It's colorful. And then this one, it has basically been for the Exandria Unlimited campaigns. Yeah. Speaking of which, there was the new Calamity one that started. I still have to watch the first episode. Maybe I'll watch that one tomorrow, or today I should say, because it's Thursday again. As you can see, I've been building up my Dungeons and Dragons source material. I have the series 1 and 2. I went with the library edition because I thought it would look nice. This one, I've probably read it 10 times already. I mean, this intro is already getting longer than I want it to be, so let's just get into it. These videos are pretty short, so it shouldn't take too long to get through them. I'll try to react the best I can. Oh, also, I got the Caduceus cardigan, and I don't think I've ever worn a cardigan slash sweater that has been so comfortable. I hate that it's summer already because that means that I can't wear it as much as I would like to. I just love wearing sweaters. It's like wearing a hug. This volume's gonna be a thing.
Really, there's something there for everyone.
Even if you are steeped in this world, there's still a couple of moments I think we can surprise you.
All the stuff coming out is just so freaking cool.
It's absolutely cool. Yep. Oh, look at that map. I do not have the patience to do that. I wish I could, but then I'd actually have to commit to my landscape.
Explore all of these amazing fantasy elements that people shied away from.
Wow. Look at that art.
Completely unique thing in terms of high fantasy. There's been no high fantasy that's even remotely similar to Legend of Vox Machina.
I think that's what I love so much about it, is that it's so different from anything that's ever existed.
We wanted to capture kind of the spark and the magic of when we were playing at the table.
Oh, they're
just in a
so
different form of media.
young.
There's going to be surprises. There's going to be things that are changed. But also at the same time, we want to do that because we want the diehard fans to not just come in and know everything. Like, you want to be surprised. You want things to change just enough.
Yeah, that's something I really enjoyed. Like, they were the changes that I noticed, but they made sense. And that helped me enjoy the story and also admire each individual thing.
It's working very hard to honor the original canon and the original content and the original game.
That's such an important element to remember for adaptations. What I'm getting from this, the main thing is that they took the original source and then they're like, how can we elevate this? How can we make it even better? And I absolutely appreciate that.
We're seeing these amazing designs coming in.
Rooms and taverns and courts, locations and color palettes.
Oh, the color palettes. Don't get me started on how beautiful those color palettes were. Yeah, I know I said at the end, I was like, I have no words to describe how amazing this show is. I can't even imagine how amazing it was for them to feel something that they made collectively into something that can be appreciated in an animated form.
They aren't wanting to take, something that we've created and turn it into something completely different. They want to honor what it was that we did.
I appreciate that so much. I wish more people had that kind of attitude when they try to adapt something. That's kind of been a constant issue when it comes to books translated into films or television series.
I have never felt more confident in letting other people handle a vision of mine than already seeing what they're doing with the whole team.
We're getting to revisit all of these great
That's
locations
so
that we
beautiful.
explored in the original Vox Machina campaign.
If I had wall space, I would just want to hang it on my wall.
He took what Matt did on a 2D piece of paper and turned it into a 3D world.
I think when you think of Iman compared to other fantasy cities that you know, like
Two things I
Rivendell,
wish I knew
there's
how to
gonna
do.
be-
I also know I don't have the kind of patience that these amazing people can have in order to do this. Just the ability to flesh out the things you imagine. Oh, look how awesome that is.
It's a multi-stage process. We start with storyboards that we're working off of that sort of give us an idea what the shot is, where characters are going to be standing, and what the general action of the scene is. And then a background designer is going to take that storyboard and just really flesh out the composition.
I enjoyed my storyboarding classes. I should probably try to storyboard some more. That might help me if when I'm stuck on writing a scene in my book. That might actually help. I'm gonna do that.
We got this animated series that we're developing.
Travis was like, would you be down to take a pass at these characters? And I was like, hell yeah.
He did such an amazing job with the design. Oh my goodness.
Phil is pretty much a legend in the animation industry out here, and
I mean, if I was to have anyone design my characters, it would absolutely be him.
anime itself is kind of like part of the DNA of Titmouse's look and culture. All of us here watch a shit ton of anime.
I mean, anime is gorgeous. Like, there's that new anime movie, Belle? I didn't have the chance to watch it in theaters. I think it's already out on DVD, so I'd love to be able to watch that. I'm obsessed with the soundtrack. That must bring, like, the best sort of chemistry to do voices with each other. Like, these people have been friends for so long. They've been doing Critical Role for quite a while, actually. Like, they know each other in such a way that works so well for them to be able to come together and make this. I mean, yeah, it's a business, but, like, it's such a breath of fresh air in the realm of storytelling, if that makes any sense. I'm talking with headphones on, so I don't know. I can't hear if I'm making sense.
So she knows who our characters are and she knows where they're going.
We didn't have to give her any kind of information download. She knows it and is part of it.
Those few episodes that I actually got to go on as Zara in Critical Role changed my life.
I can't even imagine how much it aided the production aspect for Legend of Vox Machina that so many of these people already had some insight into what went into the story because they watched this live.
I've never been part of a show where the main cast were also more or less producers, so we have an intense amount of control with what happens.
That's another thing that was probably super helpful, is having the fact that they made it and they had the control over it. That's probably what made the changes work so well, because this is their baby. They helped it mature in a way that we can enjoy it in this new way. This is the group project everyone wishes they could have.
And it's funny what a little panic.
That's the mic setup I need. I got this. I got no sound barriers.
He knew the characters. He knew what the world was like. He knew what the different areas of Exandria were, and he was already talking about different themes for different locations.
I love that. His mind was already, like, racing to every aspect. I'm trying to think of ways to comment as I'm watching, but I'm just so caught up in learning the whole behind the scenes.
When we first played through this campaign, we would have never imagined that we would get some of these names to be voices on our show.
Like David Tennant. I've been a fan of David Tennant ever since I saw him in Doctor Who. Almost missed my mouth.
Not unfamiliar to Critical Role fans for his portrayal as Shikasta or in Undeadwood. Sovereign Uriel is a huge part, which meant that we needed a huge voice. Kari Payton was someone that we turned to for that, and he delivered instantly.
I could listen to him talk all day.
General Krieg is a character from our early home game days that some fans may not be super familiar with, but he did reside on the Council of Taldore, and we had to turn to a big voice for his character.
Yeah, you did.
Hello, my name is David Tennant, and I'm playing General Krieg.
Yeah.
It's very like those cartoons that you watched as a kid. It kind of reeks of nostalgia, but with swear words. And what could be better?
It feels...
I think that's the last video. It is. I'm glad that I took the time to watch these videos from my next video on here. Oh my goodness. I've never actually been one wanting to meet certain celebrities. I don't even know if I can really put into words why. I would absolutely love to meet just the people of Critical Role, because just to like pick their brains when it comes to like the world building, the world building, because you have Matt Mercer, who basically launched this amazing fantasy world of Exandria and managed to craft it in a way for multiple storytellers to come in and develop it into something that so many people all over the world can enjoy. And they've built such a love for this world that to be able to feel comfortable to hand the reins over to other people, such as with the Exandria Unlimited, with the two other DMs that he's brought on to help develop and share stories. I think that's absolutely amazing. And Matt Mercer, he just has an amazing ability to tell a story. You know, while I do, you know, take notes in these gigantic notebooks to help keep myself engaged and focused. I mean, that's not the only thing keeping me engaged. His ability to draw you into these scenes, and oh my goodness, he has a way of storytelling that makes it so real to you. And then you have the rest of the cast of Critical Role. They get involved, and it's such an incredible experience. It's so unique. I believe Critical Role is very important when it comes to storytelling. I've had a really hard time getting into shows and films lately. I don't know, there's just something about it that it just hasn't drawn me in. But then you have Critical Role come along with The Legend of Vox Machina. And I've heard their stuff like around. Like, it's hard to be on the internet and not hear something from Critical Role. So of course I obviously had some spoilers going into these campaigns. It's very important when it comes to modern day storytelling because it's so different. You can tell that there is a love for storytelling and there is a care for this fictional world, but it's that love and care that goes into it that makes it so real and just makes you want to experience it and be a part of it. Like, I started this year, I did not know a single thing when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. As of January, I knew nothing. And it's June now. I've actually started world building for my own homebrew campaign with my friends. That's happening. I don't know when that's gonna even start. I wasn't even planning on homebrewing. I was going to use already made campaigns because I'm like, I don't know a thing. Maybe I should stay safe with it. I have a whole binder dedicated to it. I've been trying to make a world map. I'll put that back in later. I'm making, look at, scratch paper. But yeah, I have continents, I have governments, I have factions. Stuff is happening, and it's because of them. They've given me like a whole new breath of fresh air when it comes to storytelling, and I'm just excited for the first time in forever for stuff to come out, and it's amazing. I feel like I had other things to say, but I don't know. I guess the only thing I can really say is I'm excited to be here today to what I believe is going to be a new wave of storytelling, because everything feels like it's already been done before. I mean, it literally has. We're just in an age of reboots and sequels, and it's just the same story. It's just put in a different font and a new package and different ribbons, but it's still the same. And then they come along, and it's new, it's different, you haven't seen anything like it. Like, we've gone through the whole thing. It's modern, it's fantasy, but it's modern. It's not like anything else. It's very distinguishable. I think I'm gonna stop this video right here because I'm getting into repeating myself. And yeah, thank you to everyone who suggested that I watch these videos. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find something. I have a couple shows in mind. Also a couple movies. So we'll have that to look forward to. I do want to get some video game stuff done. It's just a matter of convincing my computer to not run at like 3 frames a second in order to actually play it, because it's an old computer. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here. This is probably gonna be a very long video, so I'm gonna try to get this out there as soon as I can. And until next time, have fun and see you soon.